I am going to be replacing the silver Porsche 911 badging with this black badging. Hold on. Black Porsche for Carrera's in here, and the S is in here as well. So completely blacking out the brand insignia on the back. So all you'll need for this is some painter's tape, some floss, and then potentially at the end you'll need a hair dryer or some Goo Gone. I got some Goo Gone over here. The Goo Gone is good for getting the adhesive off. The old adhesive from the old letters. So let's get started. It's a pretty easy project. You just want to make sure with the tape that you outline all your letters correctly, so you have the spacing and the placement for the old letters when you put the new ones back on. You can buy like a placement kit. It's like $400 from Porsche. I ain't doing that. So, you know, this is a personal finance channel and I am on a budget. So let's get started. First thing I'm gonna do is mask off the old lettering with my painter's tape. You want to use painter's tape because you don't want to damage the paint. So please don't use duct tape or Scotch tape, or most other. Scotch tape might work, but most other tapes, the adhesive is probably too strong for your paint. So painter's tape is your best bet. Obviously this video is on a 911, but this technique pretty much works on any vehicle you're doing a rebadge on. I've done this on Audis before. I've done this on Alfa Romeo before. So as long as it's these adhesive badges, you can do the same technique. Obviously don't spend too much time trying to make it perfect. You want to try to line up as much of the edges as you can, but you don't have to like completely surround it. You know, you just give yourself a great reference for when you're putting the new letters on. And you would think that the adhesive outline of the old letters would still be there, but you want to clean all that off so the new letters will stick better. And you really don't want to use like any scissors or anything around the emblems as you're putting them on. You want to try to rip and tear with your hands. If you need to cut a specific size piece, make sure you do it away from the car. You don't want to scratch your paint. It's a great way to save yourself some money because these OEM badges, these things aren't cheap. This is like, I gotta go look, but I'm pretty sure these were like $280 for the Porsche Carrera 4S emblems in black. Obviously I could have got them painted or plasti dipped or anything else, but I wanted it to last. I didn't want to have to worry about it chipping or fading. And if I do get the car wrapped in the future, anything like that, I want these to be easy to take off and put back on and not lose their black finish. So it is what it is, you know, but I'm saving money by doing the install myself. Just putting some extra pieces on top of some of these loose pieces, these tiny pieces I'm putting to fill in the small spaces, just so they don't come off. Also, looks better aesthetically. All right, now we're getting to the really precise pieces. So I'm gonna go get some scissors and try to cut some tiny pieces for in between 911 and Carrera, and definitely for the S. The S is oversized and the 4 is small, so I want to make sure we get that pretty much exact. pretty much satisfied with this. Might just outline the top of the ones so the angle's right. And I think I'll be good to start taking it off. So let me finalize this. Try to use my nail too for any pieces that are slightly too big, and kind of tuck them behind the letters, since there is a little space behind each one. Pretty good. Everything outlined pretty well. So this is obviously not a 911. Unfortunately, my camera died and I didn't notice it until I completely had finished removing the letters. But you want to use some floss or some fishing wire to get behind each letter and just move it back and forth to get the letter away from the adhesive like so. This is probably the most time-consuming part of the process. All right, I don't know what the last thing y'all saw was, because I'm an idiot and I had the screen for the camera facing the other way. Anyways, all the letters are off. We have a Debadge Carrera 4S. I'm gonna use a microfiber and some Goo Gone. Try my absolute best not to mess the tape up and get this adhesive off. So here we go.
Thousand years later.
Welcome back to day 2. Didn't need to stop, but it got dark, and yeah, I got tired of cleaning this off. But as you can see, pretty good here. Just gotta clean it a little more, get some more adhesive off, and we can get the new letters on. You can actually, kind of looks like what it used to say, so shows the good taping job I did. All right, we're back with our black emblems. So we are gonna get started. Everything is dry, prepped. Adhesive is pretty much off, and let's get this new emblems on. Let me get all the tape off so you can see it in its glory. All right, and there's the finished product. Get some light out of there. Looks pretty good.